Hello, my name is Second, and we are playing Road to the Worrier 2. And they're down here in the basement. And first thing I want to get into today is Botania. Now we're going to start by making ourselves some floral fertilizer. So let's see. We've got some likely looking flowers to make some dye from, courtesy of ourselves. Now, this stuff is kind of like bone meal, except it doesn't give you, dandelions and stuff. It gives you flowers from Botania. Just like so. It gives you like 3 or 4 of them. And there are 16 flowers total. So they can be, kind of a pain to find all of them. And if you're like me and have been looking for them and have gotten tired of looking for them, some floral fertilizer should help you out. And in case you've never seen Botania before, that's just, that doesn't seem to do thing, does it? Maybe I've never seen Botania before. We need ourselves some petals. 16 colors of petals, as you might expect. And we're going to use one of them to make one of these petal apothecaries. Back here behind the house, this is as good a place as any to set this up. Now your petal apothecary is what you use to make most flowers that you're going to be working with in this mod. And it's not too hard to make. Just some cobblestone slabs, any petal. Now what you do is you put a little water in it. And let's say that we want to make a pure daisy, which we do. If we could spell pure daisy, then what we would see in JI is 3 mystical white petals or the white shimmering mushrooms surrounding the petal apothecary. So what you do is you just cue these in there, and then you cue a seed in, and that gives you your pure daisy. Pretty much every petal apothecary recipe is basically like that. I'll throw a little more in here. Now this will do a couple things for us. The 2 most important is it'll turn logs into living wood, and it will turn stone into living rock, and it takes about a minute. And I'm going to get ready to make some more flowers. Hey, there we go. And you just break this with your axe like any other kind of wood. Let's go ahead and make ourselves some living rock. See the particle effects, very fancy. Now the other thing I want to make are a couple of endoflames. These are what they call generating flora. They produce mana. And if you ever want to craft more than one of the same thing, you can just right click with an empty hand, throw the seeds in. There we go. 2 endoflames. Very fancy. These will produce mana from burnables. That's what I'm trying to say. There we go. Doesn't take very long at all. A couple of things we're going to need before we progress too far. The first is 3 living wood twigs, which are 2 whole blocks each. And then those twigs and any 2 petals will get you onto the forest. This, as you might expect, is the wrench of the mod. Living wood's a pretty basic material in the mod. You make a lot of things out of it, including these open crates. Now these are like droppers, except they send stuff straight down and they don't have a GUI. We're gonna go ahead and pop a hopper up there. Now, another thing we're gonna need is a mana spreader. I'll put this down. Now we're gonna make a mana pool out of some of this living rock. Very cool. We'll put the mana spreader down right there. And we're gonna put the mana pool up one for reasons that will become clear. Now let's grab our wand of the forest. We want to, let's see, can I shit now? Let's okay, we got that going. That's good. Can I, okay. Function mode, bind mode. I want to bind that to that. But it's being uncooperative. So if I just replace it, it'll be fine. You see the check mark there. It always recognizes a nearby mana spreader. There's already one placed down. Now we've got a pressure plate and a repeater. It's going to send a redstone signal into this block. That'll send one into the hopper. Okay, what do we got? A magnetic ring. That's it. So what we'll have here is the endo flames will pick up the coal, turn it into mana. It'll send it to the mana spreader, and the mana spreader will send it into the mana pool. Very nice. We're going to need a lot more endo flames, but that'll get us started. And you can also hover over the mana pool with your wand of the forest, and you can see how full the mana pool is. It's not very full just yet. Mana has a lot of uses. One of them is sort of transmuting. For instance, we can get an ender pearl by tossing an ender pearl in there. We can get a mana pearl is what I'm trying to say. Mana pearl and a little bit of living rock or a mana diamond, which you make the same way, will give you a runic altar. And we're going to be making a lot of stuff with this. Yeah, I'm going to need another mana spreader for this. I'm going to pop it right onto our mana pool there. And there we go. We can see the line going to the runic altar. Cool. Now what we use the runic altar to make, mostly, is, surprise, runes. We are going to need some mana steel and some mana powder. So this first one, I'm going to make a rune of water, right? You just right-click all of those things onto the altar. And you'll get a noise. And you'll see a little progress dial over there on the right. And when it's ready, when it's full, what you do is you right-click with a piece of living rock, and then you right-click with your wand of the forest. Very simple. Just like that. Okay, we got the basic elemental runes, and I also went ahead and made a rune of mana. The recipe's a little different, but it's the same idea. What we're going to do is make ourselves a block of mana steel. Here we go. And we're going to make ourselves a terrestrial agglomeration plate. This is what we're going to use to make terra steel. Might as well pop it right over here. And I always forget, it goes on top of a little multi-block. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so it's a 3x3. There we go. And it's like a checkerboard pattern. 5 living rock, 4 lapis blocks and you put this right on top. Now, you can't feed this thing with a mana spreader. We're going to need something called a spark. Sparks aren't hard to make. You do need a little bit of blaze powder. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to put 1 spark right here on top of the mana pool, and another spark on top of the terrestrial agglomeration plate. That will allow this thing to access the mana that's in the pool. Now we're going to need, I think, a full pool for what we're going to want to do. Now, one thing we're going to need sooner rather than later is a mana tablet. Like the battery of the mod. It's just living rock and a mana diamond or a mana pearl. Okay, it actually only takes half a mana pool, so we should be ready right now. We're going to need a mana diamond, a mana pearl, and a mana steel. And you just right click them, and you can see the mana traveling along the spark there. And we'll get some fancy animations. And in a little bit here, we will get our first piece of terra steel. Now, you can make pretty good armor out of terra steel. There we go. Very fancy. Now, what we're going to do with it, we're immediately going to turn it into nuggets. And let's see. Alphamancy, the portal. Right. Okay, 3 glimmering living wood blocks and an elven gateway core. Let's, here's our glimmering living wood, right? Okay, that's not so bad. Here we go. We're also going to need 2 mana pools. We're going to need some pylons. Let's see. I think it's the Natura pylons that we're going to need, so we'll have to make some what do you call it? Some of these mana pylons first. We'll need 2 of those. And I guess we'll need 2 Eyes of Ender. And then the Elven Gateway core. We'll use up some of our terra steel nuggets. So let's craft these up. And we'll craft these up. I want to take a quick look. I always forget exactly how this is supposed to work. Okay, easy enough. We will take our gateway core. I guess over here. Good a place as any to put it. Now you don't have to fill in the corners, but we're going to. We're also going to place some blocks down wrong, because that's how we do. I'm going to put glimmering living wood here. And up. 1 more glimmering living wood. And we're going to need... Didn't I make more mana pools? I thought I did already. Did I put them up here? No? Alright, I guess I didn't make them. I don't know. But we're good. Oh, there they are. I just couldn't see them. I'm going to plop these down. They just have to be close by. Have to be right up on it. We're going to get the pylons right on top of the pools. And then we're going to want these pools to be basically full. So we don't really have half a mana pool even. Each one of these holds half a mana pool. This is going to take a little while, so I think we're going to switch gears. Now the next thing I want to do is make some progress in power. Because we're going to need some more forge energy. Very, very soon. We're going to start with with these energizing rods, I think we're gonna need a little bit of this. These are part of what you use to make the fancy materials from Pawa. So we'll need a little bit of this, and we'll need a little bit more of this, and that'll give us 2 starter rods. We're also going to need an energizing orb, so go ahead and make another dielectric casing, and we'll need some more of this, and 3 glass should get us there. Here we go. Very, very nice. 5 glass. Try that again. There we go. Awesome. Now we'll probably look into automating this at some point. But what you basically do, your energizing rods need power. Can I put these on here? Boy, I really can't, huh? We're gonna have to use the Pawa cables, I guess, specifically. I didn't realize that. Oh, now we know. Now, fortunately, they're not that hard to make. We're going to need another capacitor here. And then we can jump right to the basics. We just need some of these dielectric rods. That'll give us 12. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, those go right on there, no problem. Now, what you do, we're going to start out by making some energized steel. You can see it's gold and an iron and 10,000 Fe. And assuming we've got this set up right, we'll see, we may not have this set up right. Might need the wrench. Okay. We're in a process of elimination. What's going wrong here? First, let's try the Pawa energy cell. So let's see. Pop this down here. Oh, yep. Looks like it's doing thing. Doesn't have much power in here, so it's gonna take a minute. And let's get this set back up. There we go. Alright, a little bit of energized steel. Okay, so while we're at it, I want to start looking at a digital miner. I don't think these are too bad. We will need refined obsidian. Okay. That's where we're headed. So we'll need refined obsidian dust, which we could make in a metallurgic infuser. Enriched diamond would be the way to go. Now, one thing we're going to need is some refined obsidian dust. And we can start out just by throwing our obsidian in an enriching factory here. Aha, this is halfway full. We're going to shift right click there. Did you see the arrow change direction? What that means is this mana pool will now drain mana into a mana battery. And by default it's the other way. It's taking mana from a mana battery and putting it into the pool. So that's how you get in there. That's how you get stuff in and out of here. There we go. We should get 4 dust per obsidian block. Nice. Now this can get expensive unless you enrich your diamonds, which you really want to do, I guess we'll have to wait. Oh, that's right, it won't do it with the dust in there. Now, in addition to an ore doubling mechanic, the enriching factory will allow us to turn some resources into enriched versions of themselves. A regular diamond will get us, where's the, well, it will get us like 10 diamond to play with in the metallurgic infuser. These will give us 8, so you see we got 480. And then we can just throw in our obsidian dust. And it'll take a little while, but we'll get our refined obsidian dust. And then we're going to need an osmium compressor to smelt it into refined obsidian. So let's think about making that osmium compressor. Let's see. What will we need? We'll need steel casing, and we're going to need 2 of the fancy circuits, and that'll give it to us. And we'll just pop it down here. Let it charge up. And I see 1 osmium ingot will get us 200 millibuckets of liquid osmium. That's exactly enough to process 1 refined obsidian dust, I believe. There we go. At some point, we harvested ourselves up a gun. That's fancy. Among other things, this stuff makes fantastic armor. A lot of armor toughness. It's a straight upgrade from our emerald, so we're definitely going to be making some. I think we'll worry about making a robot here first. This is one of the parts for the miner. Okay, the energy tablets aren't that bad. We're just going to need a little bit of redstone, a little bit of gold. Oh, we need 1 more, 2 more redstone. Easy enough. We're going to need another steel casing. And we made a whole bunch of steel before. This is part of why. Let's get some glass out. Whoops. Oh, I guess the steel casing is for the digital miner. We don't need it for a robot, but we do need a steel. We'll just grab all this. We're also gonna need a personal chest. So that's 2 chests. And one of the little basic control circuits. Now, Robot's cool. You can, what do we need for this? Okay, so we'll need some enriched obsidian. That'll be some refined obsidian dust, so we'll have to make up some more of that stuff. Aha! We finally unlocked triple hooks. I've been waiting for that. Okay, we're going to enrich this stuff the exact same way we enriched, well, everything else. Okay, I upgraded this to the infusing factory. I just can't wait any longer. Now, the GUI looks very different on this one, but, you know, it's basically the same thing. You put whatever you're gonna, I guess, liquefy, infuse with in here. Here we go. We're gonna need a bunch of those. What these will, combine with the diamond to go into the next tier. I think it's 20? Yeah, wonderful. digital miner, the thing we're working towards, will literally mine ore in the area. We're going to want to replace that ore with cobblestone. And there's something we can use to do exactly that. It's this stone generator upgrade. Just need a little glass. We got a little glass. So once we finally got the thing, we'll slap that in it. Okay. Now one of these will give us 80, and it'll take 4. Okay, so we're gonna need to do 2. And that'll give us, I think, enough atomic alloy to do what we're doing. There we go. Wonderful. Okay, back to the digital miner. Here we go. So what else do we need here? We've got the atomic alloy. We've got... What are we missing, I guess, is the question. We're missing something. We got the personal chest. We've got... I know what we're missing. We're missing this stuff. There we go. Rob it. Now, we're going to need 2 logistical sorters. They're not that bad. This ought to do it. There we go. We're also going to need 2 teleportation cores. Okay, so we'll actually need 4 more atomic alloy. Okay. There's our teleportation cores. And there is our digital miner. We're going to plop this thing down right here. Now we're going to go into the upgrades and we're going to put this thing in there. We could also put speed, energy, and anchor, which might be useful once we're taking this to other dimensions. Now we're going to hop out here. We're going to give this thing some power. I'm going to set this to export. Which way? To the north? Getting any, it's not ready, but it's got power. Very good. So we're going to want to configure this thing. We're going to, can we go up that high? Yes, we can. Down to 0, up to 60. Very good. We're going to put in a new filter, a tag, and hopefully that's a valid tag. Still says not ready. Let's go ahead and start it. See if it does anything. I might not have the tag right. Let's go ahead and we're gonna want that there, definitely. We won't set it to pull out just yet. I don't think I have it right. Aha! We got it. It's a colon. It's not the /. So now we should be able to start. It wants to pick up 13,000 different ores. It's going to mine them for us. We're going to set this to right into this chest for us. We're going to upgrade the chest. Oh yeah, look, the screens are all lit up now. Doing good. So this is going to help us out a great deal. We'll be getting not only the stuff that we were getting when we were mining, but we'll also be getting the stuff that's higher up that we weren't getting. And we can use this to mine just about everything else. So we're going to set auto eject on. Auto pull to on, why not? Silk touch is an option, but it uses a ton more energy. So this is fine. We'll be able to increase our yields from this. And I think that's gonna about do it for this time, folks. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.